There are warriors whose very name demands awe and respect long after they've laid down their weapons. Genghis Khan, Joan of Arc, Davy Crockett, Mighty Mouse. And there are cars too that have an aura of invincibility around them. The Ferrari GTO, the Ford GT40, the Porsche 911. But there's one car that stands out for enthusiasts. It might not look like much, but whisper its name on the other side of a crowded room and every gearhead will perk up like a curious dog. That car is the E30 M3. Names like Van de Poel and Rivalia, men whose hearts beat to the rhythm of a crankshaft. But to race as a production car, BMW had to make a homologated version that a normal person could buy, which meant taking the E30 M3 race car's high-revving 200 horsepower S14 motor and stuffing into a car normally bought by Bavarian junior executives. They put big flared fenders and a wing on it, with aerodynamics meant for the Nürburgring. Like many great cars, it wasn't built for mere mortals. It was built for champions. Which means if you want to understand the E30 M3, you have to take it home. And that home is on a racetrack.
There's no greater joy than the sound of that engine. BMW is trying to make here is a race car. And what they inadvertently made is one of the most provocative and fun road cars that could go on a track ever. There's a reason why the E30 M3 is held in such high regard. And it's because it was the end of an era. It was when everything came together perfectly. It was an inadvertent creation of this awesome. And it's just unbelievably good. You know, people say, oh, it feels old school. New cars feel old. This new car feels like it's an old school car. It's not true. This thing is analog. It's pure. It's every cliche in the book. But it's just so much fun to crash around a track. Like an unbelievable amount of fun. Come on, push it! People talk about E30s the way people talk about Miatas, the way people talk about Corvettes. A once-in-a-lifetime sort of car that everyone strives to make again. And the problem is, in our current climate, no one's going to make a car that's nearly as good as the BMW. The way things are going now, this car could be worth 50 grand, 60 grand in the next few years. Someone made this car once, but they're never gonna make it again. And that's a real tragedy.
But there's a problem. More than 5,000 of these cars were built from the North American market, but they weren't all cherished for what they were, and many were abused, neglected, crushed, or even forgotten. These days, a cherry M3 can set you back more than a new Porsche. Former Jalopnik editor Sam Smith saw his old E30 sell on Bring a Trailer for a ridiculous $58,000. Was that an inflated price? Of course it was. But is it a sign of where the market is heading? Definitely. No one makes this car anymore. The government won't allow them. Normal people won't buy them. So it's up to us, the freaks, the weirdos, the informed, to buy them, to appreciate them, and most importantly, to drive them.